Yeah, let's take Anne's medication again.
Check her name band quick. And but
Yes.
that's a good girl.
Oh yeah, but let's see. Ah, yeah, this time it didn't cause the glitchy event, or I skipped
Go back
it,
to your
but
room. You'll be able to relax and have a great sleep.
oh well. Ah, could we use the toilet now? No. Of course, we haven't left the faucets running in our room or Anne's room. So I don't know if that will accomplish anything really. Well, there's still no interaction point here, so I'm not sure if this will work. I'm not sure what to do with it. Well, now this is a bit difficult, or... Wait a second. Could it be that with Anne's medication you can see this place but you cannot get the blood from the heart, that we need to take our own medication to be able to do that? I guess we will try that. This is funky.
The drugs of war, but I...
Yes, we know. Doom de doom de doom doom doom. Whoops. I have no idea what I was pressing, because apparently I wasn't pressing up. Huh. Alright, nurse, come drug me. The drugs will be with you, always.
Someone is coming.
Have you rang the bell? Is there an...
Yes, I wanted to see how long it takes this time.
Look, we're doing... It's not...
Hey, I'm not suicidal, and I didn't scratch anything.
I think it's... Can you please...
Yeah.
Susan Ashworth.
I'm just going...
Oh yeah, this won't work. Damn.
I think you got a little... Good job I spotted this. You wouldn't want to get the wrong medic... I'm just going...
Are you insane?
Let's refuse.
I'm not taking any medication.
Okay. Jim?
You must...
Unfortunately, I'm going to... You'll feel hold it for...
Though I don't think she will give us different medication. I guess this is still Anne's medication, so... I guess we'll again go sleep and
back to your room.
Try this again. Oh boy. Pale. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, we have to... Oh yeah, but she's gonna take a look at the name badge probably anyway. Actually. I think. No matter which answer we give, she will check it before she will give us anything. So... I don't think we can get the red stuff anymore. I are flabbergasted. Confucius say enjoy.
The drugs of... But I can't...
Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Oh wait, there is one place where we haven't tried the... tried to use the gloves or anything. Any items we have. Oh, I think we can turn that off. The toilet, let's open and see. Let's try to fill the medication pot. Nope. Latex glove? No. Pile of gloves? We clogged it just now. So, should we try to flush it right away? I guess we shall. You might want to move, Susan. Thank God we didn't do that right after using it before flushing. That would have been a bit too creepy. Okay, it's rather filthy. Yeah, and overflowing too. I guess we'll leave it open. Let's call the nurse, I guess. Then make her trip head first into the toilet.
Someone is coming.
Have you rang the bell?
The toilet's blocked.
What? Well, that's hardly an emergency.
It is when you need to use it urgently, like I do.
Yep.
I see. Fine, I'll sort it out. Just give me a minute.
Thank you.
It's the gloves. Again!
Again?
Guess I'll have to get my hands dirty since the cleaner's called in sick.
Again? Who's been putting latex gloves in there before? I wonder. Too bad we can't lock the door or block it with something. Okay, let's see if we can now snatch the discharge letter. Yes, that's exactly what I needed to finally go home. Ooh, now we have it. This is my ticket out of here. Unfortunately, it's on Anne Burton's name. I have to somehow trick those guards into thinking I am Anne. We do actually look quite similar. No, you don't. You have blue hospital gowns, but that's it. Let's try to take some folders. I don't really need any of these. I think I'd rather read a magazine. Yeah, I would too. Okay.
Sorry, Mom, can't let you through. We'll need to see a discharge.
Here. Are you happy now?
Yes, that seems fine. Can I just check your name band to confirm that you are indeed Anne Burton?
Oh, alright. I didn't realise you knew how to read. There you go. Can I go now?
Of course. Thank you, Mum. We'll see you soon.
No, you won't. Now get out of my way.
My thoughts exactly. Whee! Freedom! Or not. It's a storage room door. I guess we'll go check. It's locked. I guess we won't go check. What's there on the pinboard? There's some notice. Something about skin cancer. Can't really tell. And something that says eat. And paintings of cars parked, and then this weird looking thing. It's a door to some office, and locked. They're all locked. Maternity ward. Oh crap.
And you must be Susan Ashworth.
Well, perhaps I am.
Do you mind if I ask you where you're heading to?
I was just going for a little walk, stretch my legs, get some fresh air.
Oops.
Give it a rest. I'm not going anywhere.
Miss Ashworth, please relax. There's been a mistake. You have been prescribed wrong medication. I apologize sincerely on behalf of my team and the hospital, but luckily we managed to spot it on time.
Hardly.
On time. You have no idea what I've been through.
Once again, I'm truly sorry. I promise no more drugs will be given to you.
You're right.
I personally guarantee you will have a good, peaceful sleep tonight, and you can be discharged in the morning.
Why can't I go tonight? I want to go now.
I'm really sorry, but we can't legally discharge suicidal patients without a full psychiatric assessment. It's too late for it now, but I promise we'll have a chat in my office first thing in the morning, okay? And then you can go home. Is that all right?
I haven't really got much choice, have I?
This smells fishy.
Now I'd like to ask you some questions about your life, Susan. You might find them very personal, but it's important that you answer me as honestly as possible.
Fine. Let's get it over with then, shall we? I'd like to go home at last.
Of course, I understand.
I doubt
So,
it.
Susan, let's see. Are you living alone at the moment?
Okay, time to roleplay again. Kinda. I live on my own and it suits me just fine.
I live on my own, and it suits me just fine. I don't need anyone. People mostly bore me. Sometimes they annoy me or upset me. I'm happy with how things are at the moment. I have my little bit of space, and it's my own. It's private. I'd like to keep it that way.
What do you do for a living?
I'm between jobs at the moment.
I'm between jobs at the moment. I'll find something soon. But it's been difficult. I didn't feel that great. I felt weak and powerless and tired most of the time. I felt really awfully tired.
Typical depression symptoms. We can give you something for that. You'll feel stronger and motivated.
I admire your faith in modern medication, Doctor. I hope you're right.
Describe to me what your mornings look like. What is the first thing you do each day?
I drink strong coffee and smoke on the balcony. As we saw in the opening, Susan was definitely a smoker, so...
I drink strong coffee and smoke on the balcony. I know it's not a great start for the day, but it's one of my little pleasures in life that I find very hard to say no to.
Would you say that you feel safer at home than outside?
Well, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose. It's not really about safety. I've just felt sad for a long time now. Really sad, you know? Somehow it brings me down even more when I go out and see all those happy, successful people. It makes me feel more like a failure. If I don't see it, it doesn't hurt that much.
What do you think is missing in your life? Or rather, what is one thing that you think would make your life better?
Well, for our Susan, there's a reason she has the cats. They are better and more trustworthy friends for her than any human. So, for her, the answer would be a reason to go on, something to fight for.
Something to fight for, you know? A reason to go on.
There's always a reason to live. Sometimes we just don't see it that clearly.
Well, Doctor, I must have gone all blind then, because I can't see any.
Have you ever attended group therapy for depression or some other form of counseling?
Well, for our Susan, it's not group therapy, but some other form of counseling. So yes, and the results are visible.
Yes, it didn't help much, as you can see.
Just something to think about. I can see you're really willing to open up and talk about your issues. That's a positive sign.
I haven't really talked about my feelings for a long time.
You're doing very well so far. Do you have problems sleeping?
Every single night.
Every night. I take pills for that. There aren't any left now, though.
In the light of recent events, I think you should stay off those pills for a while. I
Really?
suggest you drink some hot milk before bed instead.
Yuck.
Would you describe for me how you feel at the moment?
Okay, there really isn't an option suitable as such, considering what has happened recently the Queen of Maggots thing, and then the spider heart here in the hospital. Well, the events have kinda taken her thoughts off of the sadness and given her something else to think a lot, though not exactly necessarily good things to think about, but anyway, so in that sense, in a way, definitely better than before the accident.
Definitely better than before the accident.
Good. Hopefully you can now move on from here. With a bit of luck you will enjoy life again. Suicide attempts often have that effect on people. Same as near-death experience. It makes you realize that you're not ready to die yet. Do you find it hard to concentrate?
She sometimes does.
Yes, sometimes.
Do you drink alcohol, Susan?
Nope, she doesn't.
No,
That's good. Alcohol is a powerful depressant.
I never really liked drinking.
Excellent. Sometimes when life gets too much and people feel sad or upset, they think about suicide. Do you often think about suicide?
Well, she did used to think about it.
Well, I used to think about it sometimes. Don't you think about it when you're really down?
Susan, I'm a psychiatrist. My job is to talk people out of it. Would you ask a fireman if he ever thinks about setting fire to his house?
I suppose not. But I'm sure lots of people have times when they do think about it.
I couldn't say, Susan. The statistics show that men are 3 times more likely than women to commit suicide. That puts you in the minority. But of course, that's missing the point. Suicide is never the solution. There's always a way of solving whatever problem you might have.
I realize that now.
Please, in your own words, try to explain to me, why did you really try to take your own life, Susan?
Well, for her, the final step, actually swallowing that bunch of pills, was a sudden impulse that was just simply stronger than before.
It was just a sudden impulse. I'm ashamed of it now. I had a really rotten day, you know? I felt like I was suffocating between the 4 walls of my bedroom. It just would get worse and worse. By the afternoon, I realized I cried for the past 3 hours. I didn't even know I'd been crying until I went to the bathroom and saw my face in the mirror. I looked like a ghost. I looked like I was dead already, you know? And then I saw the sleeping pills. I thought, why not? And I did it.
Do you feel as if you're a burden, or that life isn't worth living?
And sometimes when feeling especially low.
Sometimes, when I feel really low, I used to think everyone would be happier without me. But I guess people don't really care. Besides, I live alone. Who could I be a burden to?
What makes you feel better?
Simply my cats.
My cats. I always put out a bowl of food for the stray cats. They're ever so grateful. I like their company.
What makes you feel worse?
And pretty much people.
People. They've let me down too many times. I don't know who to trust anymore. I only trust my cats these days.
So you say in the suicide note.
Because that's true. I've been stabbed in the back more times than I could count.
Have you imagined your funeral and how people will react to your death?
Yeah, she has, and there was no one there.
Probably nobody would come anyway. Can you imagine it? Now that's a sad picture. Loved by no one. Missed only by some cats. No tears shed for me. No flowers on my grave. But that's okay. I never liked flowers. I wouldn't miss that.
Finally, I'd like you to tell me about Eric.
Eric?
Yes, your husband. I believe this might be important. What can you tell me about your relationship? What had happened between you two?
Oh. Well, this is kind of a tough one, not knowing anything as such, so I'd say our Susan's response would be that there's nothing to talk about there.
There's nothing to talk about.
Fine. I suppose you've opened enough for one day. Okay, one more question. This is just a formality, but I have to ask, are you going to do it again?
That's a hard one. I don't know. But hey, I've got it. The answer is no, I'm not. Thank you very much.
Excellent. We're nearly done here. There's just one more thing I must clear with you. What exactly happened last night?
Well, after I'd met you outside the ward yesterday, I went back to my room and fell asleep. I slept really well, considering what happened earlier. But then someone woke me up. It was the same nurse who was so friendly with me the first night. She said we needed to talk.
We must go, Susan. You are not safe here.
But
Please, you must follow me. Quickly.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is awesome. A flashback that we can
I
control.
went after her. The ward seemed very quiet. It must have been late at night.
Hurry!
Wait for me. Tell me what's going on here.
This has got to be already one of the best, if not the best, adventure game I have ever played. Can't say much else.
The security guys were gone. She pointed at the corridor and said,
You go first. I'll explain everything in a minute.
I am loving pretty much every aspect of this game. I guess we're going to the corridor.
Susan, if we don't escape now, they're going to hurt you. Please trust me. I know a way out of here. I'll help you escape. Let's go down this corridor. I'll be right behind you.
Will you? I can't enter those doors. Figures.